Welcome to This Week from Blue Mountain Broadcasting. I'm so glad that you've tuned in to the show today. I'm going to be interviewing Cole Medina, who is the president and CEO of the Blue Mountain Community Foundation. And he's going to be sharing with us some very important things about this organization that is such a benefit to our valley. I'm Linnell Ellis, your host, and I am really glad that you're going to be watching the show, not just for that interview today, but also because I have some special things to share with you during the station news segment. You are going to want to find out about the Christmas programs that we're going to be having here on Blue Mountain Television, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And now let's begin with our devotional thought. I'm going to be sharing some devotions that I'm gleaning from a website called crosswalk.com during the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. And so that's starting with this week. This is the time that is often known in the Christian world as Advent. So now just a little bit of history about Advent. The word Advent comes from the Latin word adventus, which means coming. Advent in the 4th and 5th centuries was a time of preparation for baptism for new Christians. And the Christians would spend about 40 days in prayer and fasting to prepare for the celebration that accompanied the baptism of new believers. But over time, Advent was connected to the coming of Christ. And originally, Christians used this term to reference Christ's second coming. But by the Middle Ages, Advent was also connected to Christ's first coming that we celebrate at Christmas. Today, we celebrate Advent over the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas each year. Advent season is an invitation to set our minds off of the stresses of the year. We take our focus off of the crazy hustle that can be associated with the Christmas season and that often threatens to produce more hassle than delight. Advent is a chance to focus our thoughts on the gift God has given to us in His Son Jesus, who stepped down from heaven and took the form of a man so that we might believe. The first week of Advent gives us the opportunity to remember the hope God offers to our lost and dying world, the hope He's given us through Jesus. Galatians 4:4-8 says, "But when the right time came, God sent His Son, born of a woman, subject to the law. God sent Him to buy freedom for us who were slaves to the law, so that He could adopt us as His very own children. And because we are His children, God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, prompting us to call out, 'Abba, Father.' Now you are no longer a slave, but God's own child. And since you are His child, God has made you His heir." Paul, the writer of Galatians, articulates so perfectly the great hope we have to celebrate at Christmas. Without God's intervention, we were all slaves, bound up by our sinful nature and hopelessly headed to the grave. Because of God's great love for us, He came down and rescued humanity by sending His Son as a sacrifice for our sin, so we could be free from the chains of sin and become fully part of God's glorious eternal family. As we prepare our hearts to celebrate Jesus' arrival as a gift to all humanity, let's stir up in our hearts and our homes a sense of anticipation. We pray that hope would rise up in our spirits in a tangible and life-giving way. God crafted a great rescue plan that He lays out in Scripture. This plan foretells years in advance the arrival of Christ. The Bible also gives us a glimpse of the future and promises that God will come down to create a new heaven and a new earth. This first week of Advent, we read, we pray, and we reflect on the hope God's plan gives us. foretold by the prophets and fulfilled in the life and death of Christ. And we meditate on the promise of Christ's coming glory-filled return. This is our prayer. Father, let your hope arise in our hearts. Lift our eyes up to see that you alone are where our hope comes from. Help us to shake off the anxiety, discouragements, and distractions that have filled this year. May we pause to remember that we have hope in you. You know the end of our stories, and we give thanks because you have promised that it will be a victorious ending. Give us the grace we need to wrap up this year joyfully. We invite your Spirit into this beautiful Advent season. Renew our sense of holy anticipation. Let us be those who are waiting eagerly for Jesus to come again. More than anything, we ask that you be glorified in this season of expectation. Amen. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Joining me now is Cole Medina, the president and CEO of the Blue Mountain Community Foundation. And Cole, it is great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
We've got to find out a little bit more about this foundation. Some of us have heard the term around in our community, but what is the mission of the Blue Mountain Community Foundation?
Yeah, what do we do at a community foundation? Most people don't know about it because we're not a kind of storefront or retail operation, and we're not out there in the community actually helping kids with cancer or walking dogs or doing art. We're more behind the scenes. We, just like the other 800 community foundations across the country, really work with nonprofits themselves and donors and try to bring them together to accomplish good things for the community. So the words we use to try to describe that, our vision is a more caring, engaged, and thriving Blue Mountain region. So that's what we're trying to have.
Caring, engaged, and thriving.
That's right. Caring, engaged, and thriving. Not to say we're not that now, but we'd like to have more of that. More of that's always better. And our mission, our kind of top strategies towards achieving that vision are growing philanthropy, growing generosity, growing the amount of money people are giving to nonprofits, and bringing together people, nonprofits, and community needs to help kind of forge solutions and make our community better.
Absolutely. And we must be kind of an extraordinary community already, because you said 800 community foundations around the country. There are thousands of cities in this country, and Walla Walla is not really a big city, so maybe we're kind of privileged to have an organization like this.
We are, and I think we're privileged to have such a fine community foundation. I've only been in the job a year. Actually, today is my 1-year anniversary at Blue Mountain Community Foundation.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a great year. We manage about $62 million in assets at Blue Mountain Community Foundation. We serve 4 counties, Umatilla, Walla Walla, Columbia, Garfield. But the largest population center there, and where we do most of our work, is here in Walla Walla County. $62 million for a community this size is really phenomenal. Most communities this size do not have a community foundation with that much in assets helping the community.
Yes. So explain kind of how this works, and maybe, I think you might have some metaphors that help us, but what is this organization like? How does it work for our valley?
I have different metaphors for it. One is it's kind of like a chamber of commerce for nonprofits.
Okay.
So we work to try to help all nonprofits be better. But I think a better one is a charitable bank. So we're like the charitable bank for the community. You can go to Baker Boyer Bank or other local banks and open your different accounts there and put money in different accounts, be invested in different ways. Or if you want to put your money into charity, you can go put it in the community foundation as your charitable bank. So of that $62 million in assets that we manage now, about 95% of it is in endowments. So it's money that people have put into funds that we manage. Most of those funds have the names of the donors on them. We manage those funds and manage them forever, for perpetuity. Yes. So we're a place for people through their wills or their trusts or just now while they're living to park a big chunk of money that they want to exist in the community forever to help nonprofits forever, and we'll do that. We'll manage it forever and make grants and distributions out every year. This last year we distributed about $9 million out to the community. That included close to $1 million in scholarships for local students. Last year was a big year because of COVID.
Yes.
So we had a lot of extra money flow through the foundation to help the community. Typical year is about $4 million. About $1 million of that is scholarships.
Really, really an important organization for our community. And you mentioned that you've just been here a year, but this is not your first experience working with a community foundation.
That's true, yeah. This community foundation's been around for 37 years. And the people who started this had a vision and I guess knew what they were doing to help this thing grow so big in such a short time. I grew up here in Salt Lake City. I was born in Salt Lake City, spent my elementary years here. Go Bernie Bulldogs. That's where I went to school.
Nice.
I'd always had an interest in coming back. Before this, I was in Kitsap County, lived on Bainbridge Island, and I was running the community foundation there for many years. When Carrie Isaacson, my predecessor here, announced she was retiring after doing an exceptional job for our community at the Community Foundation for a number of years, I called her up and talked about it, and we had a good talk, and my wife and I had a lot of talks, and we decided, what the heck? We'll just throw my hat in the ring and see what happens in the universe. Like through that 4-month process of interviewing and thinking, the universe told us very clearly, this is what we should be doing. And here we are.
And so here you are, back in Walla Walla.
Back where I wanted to be.
Really good. So there's something really special going on with the foundation right now. It's called the Valley Giving Guide.
Yes.
Just started in November 30.
Yep.
And this special, I don't know, it's not really an event, but a special process going on between now and the end of the year. Tell us about it.
Yeah. We do call it an event.
Okay.
When you hear the word event, of course, you think it's a live in-person thing where everyone's going to show up and have a dinner.
Yes.
It's not that event. You're right. It's just an online giving event. So right now, all you viewers, you can head over to valleyGivingGuide.org, and you can see there a list of 131 local nonprofits. It's not all of our local nonprofits, but it's most of them. And you can have a shopping cart-like experience there, and you can donate as much or as little as you want to every one of your favorite nonprofits. Maybe even find some new ones there you didn't even know existed. Give them a little money and just check out in one transaction. So it's
and
like
you know
Amazon.
what? I did it yesterday.
Did
it's
you?
really easy.
Good.
Yes, really great. I love how the website's set up. There's kind of categories for different types of nonprofits that
That's
you might
right.
be interested in.
Yeah.
And boy, are there a lot more nonprofits than I even knew here in our community.
Yeah, it's always surprising to people. And one of those nonprofits is Blue Mountain Television. So
True.
Everyone watching this, if you're enjoying the show, you should go and donate to Blue Mountain Television through the Valley Giving Guide.
Thank you. I would love it as well.
I looked it up. One of the fun things about the website, as you noticed, is there's a leaderboard there that shows you in real time how much money has been donated to all the nonprofits.
Yes.
And it shows how much has gone to each nonprofit. So in real time, everyone can go back and look at those numbers. Oh, I skipped that. The event opened yesterday. It runs through the end of December.
Yes.
So it's a 32-day giving event. So you can go every day and see how much money has been donated to your favorite nonprofit. On my way here, I noticed that Blue Mountain Television is at $13,000.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing because when I first checked at 6 a.m. yesterday, it was $300. So it's really grown.
Yeah.
And I'm sure will continue to grow as we're going on through the end of the year, and all the other organizations that really deserve our attention and some financial support.
Yeah.
Now, it's not just that you can, maybe people are asking, well, why should I give through the Valley Giving Guide instead of just giving directly to the organization?
Yeah, good point. The main reason why, I think from a donor's perspective,
Yes.
is because we're going to add money to your donation.
I like it.
Yeah, so if you go, or I guess you went.
I did.
And let's say you donated $100 to Blue Mountain Television. We're going to add some money to that, so Blue Mountain Television gets more money than you gave them. We call it a bonus bump. We have this bonus pool that was created by sponsors. So good people and businesses in the community, they're listed on the website.
Yes.
Thank you to them.
Yes.
Donated this money that's in the bonus pool, and we'll take that money and add it to all the donations made through the event. So we don't know exactly how much it'll be. Let's say it's 15% at the end. So if you donated $100 to Blue Mountain Television, we'll add $15 to that. All the fees are covered. We cover the credit card fees, so Blue Mountain Television will actually get $115.
Yes.
So that's the reason why you should go and donate to Blue Mountain Television. They'll get more money than you give them.
Yes, so that's, again, the Valley Giving Guide.
Yes.
Yeah, just a great way to do it, and an illustration of sort of this banking process you've been talking about too. I'm thinking just about our community in general and all of these opportunities to give. Why is it that we would give back to our community?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Why? Who cares about all this anyway, right? Well, I think there are lots of reasons, and a lot of those reasons are very personal. Different people have different reasons, and there are different ways to give. You can give money through the Valley Giving Guide or just directly to your nonprofits. You can give time. Lots of nonprofits need lots of volunteers to do their work in the community. You can give through the community foundation, especially if you have larger chunks of money that you want to give to charity, but you don't want to give it all to one nonprofit right now. You can put it in a fund with us, and we'll distribute it over time, however you want us to. But why? Why should we do all that? I think when we look around the community and start to think about it, and you see that list of 130 nonprofits, and think of all the different ways they touch our community, it becomes apparent just how important the nonprofit sector is. So, do you like knowing that kids are receiving child care? Well, a lot of that child care is funded through nonprofits.
Yes.
Do you like that kids are receiving education? Well, a lot of that's funded through nonprofits. Do you like the kids that are going to our public schools are getting these wonderful services outside of school to help them be successful in school? A lot of that's through nonprofits. Do you like the public art all around here? It's through nonprofits. And the list could go on and on.
Many of the things, probably almost all of the things that we would really count as sort of special about our community have some sort of root in these organizations that have each been making attempts to make this a better place to live.
That's right. Everyone does their little part and does as much as they can. I like to think that nonprofits are what give the color and the personality to a place. And this place we live here in this valley has a lot of color and personality.
It does.
And a lot of that comes from nonprofits.
Mm-hmm. So one more time, just a little review about how people get to the website for giving. And I think maybe if you could touch on both how they can give with the Valley Giving Guide between now and the end of the year, and then also how people might get in touch with you and the foundation for more long-term planning and giving.
Yeah, so the Valley Giving Guide is pretty straightforward. It's just www.valleygivingguide.org. It's really that easy. Just go there, and it's all pretty self-explanatory, as you found.
It's really great.
To get a hold of the Community Foundation, you just go to our website, which is www.bluemountainfoundation.org. To get a hold of me, it's just my name, Cole, which is K-O-L, so it's K-O-L at bluemountainfoundation.org. Number's 509-529-4371. And I'm always happy to talk with folks about whether we are a good solution to their charitable endeavors. We might not be. I'm also an attorney, for better or for worse. I've worked with nonprofits my whole life as an attorney. I understand estate planning. I understand all the different ways to structure charitable gifts.
Yes.
So if someone is thinking about making a large gift, they're not sure how to do it, I'm happy to talk to them. And if we're not the best solution through the Community Foundation, I'll advise them on other ways to do it. That's just part of my job. So I encourage people to come and talk to me.
Sure, very good. Well, I want to thank you for taking a few minutes today to share with us some really important things about the foundation, about how we can give back in our community.
Well, thank you, and thank you for what Blue Mountain Television does. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for watching. I'll be right back with Station News. Welcome back. It's time for Station News. And you know, we were just talking with Cole Medina and talking about the Valley Giving Guide. Well, we've got a little video for you that will help explain the Valley Giving Guide and how you go there and make a donation. So let's take a look at that right now.
Did you know that there is a way for you to increase your giving to Blue Mountain Television through the month of December? All donations given through the Valley Giving Guide will have a percentage of 15% or more matched. Go to valleygivingguide.org, search for Blue Mountain Television, enter your credit card information, and hit donate. Your donation will come to Blue Mountain Television with that percentage added to your donation. As always, we thank you for your support.
So So hopefully that's helpful to you as you get ready to make a donation to Blue Mountain Television or one of the other organizations in the Valley through the Valley Giving Guide. Also, we wanted to let you know a little bit of an update about some things going on at our new facility. You remember we were talking about how we were donating the baptistery and the showers and toilets and sinks from that area to a church in Missouri? Well, good news. All of those items have been picked up and are on their way to Missouri. So we're just really grateful for that progress and that we were able to donate those to a really good place. And now we've got, again, bigger space, more space ready to be transformed in our studio area. And then I promised you at the beginning of the program that I would talk with you about special Christmas programs that are coming up here on Blue Mountain Television. And here's what you need to know. The Walla University Christmas program called O Come is going to be recorded and available on Blue Mountain Television. And here are the dates you need. December 17 at 6 p.m. and December 23 at 5:30 p.m. and December 25 at 7 p.m. So get out a pen. I'm going to tell you those one more time. So get out a pen and jot these down for watching the Walla University Christmas program. This is with all the musical groups from Walla University, always a favorite program here in our community. It's called O Come, and it can be seen on Blue Mountain Television on December 17, 6 p.m., or December 23 at 5:30 p.m., or on Christmas Day at 7 p.m. And then another special program that you'll make sure to catch on Blue Mountain Television is the Village Church's Christmas program this year, and it's called The Mystery and the Majesty. This is going to involve orchestra and choir and bells and maybe more, but for sure those things. And this will be on December 18 at 7 p.m., December 21 at 5:30 p.m., and December 24 at 5:30 p.m. So again, for those dates to jot down, for the Village Church program, The Mystery and Majesty, December 18, 7 p.m., December 21, 5:30 p.m., and Christmas Eve at 5:30 p.m. on Blue Mountain Television. Now, you may not have gotten all that jotted down. Don't worry about it, because you can go to bmt.tv/Christmas and find our entire schedule for special programs that are taking place on the station during the Christmas season. So again, that's bmt.tv/Christmas to see all the special programming that we have planned for you during this holiday season. So we try to help make Christmas a special time for you with the programming we have here at the station. And also, it's a very important time here at the end of the year for giving and contributing to organizations that you care about. And I know Blue Mountain Television is certainly one of those organizations. So I want to thank you for the gifts that you have given, that you are giving, that you will give. Thank you for your prayers for the ministry. And also thanks for watching the show today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.